In this video, I'm going to show you how I control 5 aspects of my health life, from physical health to environmental health, and will give you a step-by-step guide on how you can control of your health life in the easiest way that literally everyone on the planet can do. And also we will take a look at the apps, documents and studies that can help us to get healthier. So let's get started from the most common health factor to the least common one. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kamran. I'm a sport therapist based in Berlin. So the number one is physical health. We can divide physical health into 4 different factors. The first factor of physical health is exercise. I do not need to emphasize the importance of doing exercise. But how do I track my exercises? I use a Polar app and Apple Health to monitor my exercises. This means that whenever I do any physical activity, I use my trusty Polar heart rate monitor, and I use the Polar app as well to measure my heart rate, calorie burn, and a lot of useful data during training. Then the data will automatically transfer to the Apple Health ecosystem, which works as my main health database. So I can add everything from my diet to my meditation to it. This is really easy because all of this will happen automatically and I do not need to do anything. But the difficult part is doing the exercises. So I'm using a method that Matt Devilla, a famous YouTuber, uses for himself, which is the 2 days rule. When we first start building a habit, it's tempting to set a very optimistic 7 or 30-day strike goal. But that's not very realistic and will likely result in a sooner than later failure and discouragement. So what Matt proposes is that we have this 1-day window where we can actually skip our goal, habit or activity, but we can't do that 2 days in a row. This way we can keep our goal and schedule flexible and realistic without falling out of the habit building loop. So I train almost every day and I just let myself rest 1 day if I need it. The second factor of physical health is diet. These days we have a variety of different diets, from the standard American diet to the keto diet or carb cycling. But I have found that it's not about the diet you are following, it's about what works for you and what type of diet makes you happier, healthier, and more energized during the day. For some people, intermittent fasting is effective, but for some people, it's not. As long as you follow a routine that can help you to have a healthy eating habit, you're in a good condition. For me, I'm not following any specific diet, as I believe that having a diet will restrict my calorie intake during the day. But I use my FitnessPal app to record whatever I eat during the day. This will help me to be picky about the food I want to eat, and I also can make sure in the long term I eat enough high quality food which can help me to be healthier. Aside from 50-30-20% rule that I have, which means that I consume roughly about 50% carbohydrates, 30% protein and 20% fat during the day, I have just one rule when it comes to dieting. I just make sure that I eat enough protein during the day to make sure I am on the good side. By experience, whenever I eat enough protein during the day, I can build muscle faster and I have more energy during the day. But on the days that I'm low in protein, I have less energy, and also I cannot hit my eating target as well. The third factor of physical health is sleep. I have used lots of apps to measure my sleep quality, from those that you need to leave your phone under the pillow for the whole night to those that measure the sleep quality using the smartwatch sensors. But honestly speaking, I'm not satisfied with any of them, and I use an old school approach these days, which is pen and paper. Most of the time when I wake up, I will rate my sleep from 0 to 10 in my notebook, and then I will try to find the reasons why I slept well or badly. Things like stress, caffeine, etc. I'm constantly looking for the things that cause me to sleep better and will try to do them more, such as meditation, dark and cold rooms, reading books before sleep, and also constantly looking for the things that stop me from having a good sleep, such as coffee, drinking before sleep, and so on. According to Ali Abdaal, you can apply 10-3-2-1 method, which means that no coffee 10 hours before bed, no food 3 hours before bed, no work 2 hours before bed, and no screen 1 hour before bed. The fourth and the last factor for physical health is being active during the day. Studies shows that being active during the day will help you to be both physically and mentally healthy in the long term. Previous studies show that walking 7,500 steps a day can increase your mental health and physical health significantly in 4 weeks. As I told you before, Apple Health is my main data center for all my health data. So I use the Apple Steps counter to count my steps during the day. I do have an Apple Watch which makes life easier, and I do not need to carry my phone anywhere. The goal is to do a minimum of 10,000 steps a day, at least 5 times a week. But I always try to push myself to do 7 days a week. My last 6 months average is almost 10,000 steps a day, which shows that I'm kind of successful at keeping this habit. Now let's move on to the second section, which is mental health. For mental health, 2 things are really important for me. First, stress, and the second is emotions. I used to have lots of stress during working days, having stress from workload, for patients and everything, which was horrible. So I started using the Apple Health State of Mind system to record my feeling and emotions every day. So now that I can control and measure my stress and my emotions, I started using the Calm app for meditation and mindfulness recently. This app has lots of meditation which is suitable for everyone. And also I started to take note of my emotions as well. Whenever I had a good or bad feeling, I took note and wrote down why I was angry, why I was sad, or also why I was happy. What happened that I feel proud. Writing this information helps me to appreciate little things in my life and also try to create my environment in a way that helps me to have more fun and be happier. Without realizing why you have an emotion, you cannot make any changes to it. But another important thing that plays an important role is our friend and our relationship, which is the next health factor. Social health refers to our relationship and our friend. I couldn't find any proper measurement for that. If you have one, please do let me know in the comments. I believe these factors are not possible to control, but you can take some steps to make sure you are doing a good job. What my wife and I are doing is that we have a date night once per week, an adventure once per month, and a travel once every quarter. In our weekly date night, we will talk about our week and what happened and what we liked and what we didn't like. Honestly speaking, this is a bit challenging for us yet, but we are working on it to get better at it. Sometimes we want to have a date night, but we are tired and we make it easier and we just watch a movie. And sometimes it happens that we cannot make the quarterly holiday, which is completely okay as long as we have a plan and we know why we didn't do that. Similar to relationship, it's difficult to measure or control friends factor in social health, but we take some steps to make sure we are doing a good job. We meet at least one of our friends weekly, and every month we try to meet new people who we have never met before, to have this opportunity to meet new people while we have been in touch with our old friends. Now let's talk about the most important health factor in my opinion, which is spiritual health. The reason why this is the most important thing for us is because I have found that without having a purpose in life, life is meaningless. So I measure it with a system called the weekly satisfaction scale. At the end of the week, I will sit down and take a look at the week that we had and see what we have done, how was the process, and can I make any changes to make it better? Was I satisfied with the process? And what do I want my next week to look like? And the fifth health factor, which I found most people are struggling with, is environmental and occupational health. You cannot control the environment you are working in because you cannot choose who you want to work with. If you are working in an organization or a company, it's difficult to choose who you want to work with. But having satisfaction with the place you are working and the people you are working with is important. Weekly, I sit down and write down how my workplace environment this week was. Was it positive, energizing, friendly, clean, and I will give it a number from 0 to 10. Then I will check how can I improve this condition. Maybe spend time with those colleagues that I feel more comfortable and happy with, or stop going to people with the negative approaches to make sure I boost my energy and satisfaction during work and decrease the friction of talking and interacting with the people that bring my energy and mood down. If you cannot stop seeing these people because they are your managers or close colleagues, I suggest to sit down and find out why they make you feel this way, and try to act and behave in a way that is not bothering you. Try to create a challenge for yourself to make everything fun, and whenever you need to interact with these people, remember, you should have fun. In my own experience, I found out some people are not happy with their life situation, and they have a lack of self-confidence, and they have not achieved anything in their life, so they try to put all their negativity and problems on you to bring you down to their level. Imagine you are here and they are here. Some people, instead of trying harder to get better and reach the level you are in, they try to pull you down because it's easier for them and they feel better after that. And remember, your health is the most important thing you have in life. Try to take care of it and make sure you have fun during the process. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one.